Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I'm showing you my food shop that is going to help you lose 1 kilo of body fat every single week from making some very simple changes. I'm going to bring you through the protein sources that I have, the carb sources, and foods to avoid as well, because there's a lot of food in the supermarket that look healthy that are actually full of sugar and very heavily processed carbohydrates. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the video. First thing that I'm going to pick up is some eggs and some egg whites. Okay, so first thing in the morning, I always like to have some egg whites with some eggs. Okay, egg whites, super high in protein. The actual yolk of the egg then is actually what has the fat in it. So I always buy free range eggs whenever I am buying my eggs as well. Don't get the barn farmed ones, because again, those chickens are being fed just total crap. You want to get the organic ones, free range ones, have better nutrients and they'll just taste better as well. All right, so next we have some of the easiest hacks, guys. Protein yogurts. Okay, 25 grams of protein, super low calorie, full of flavor. We're going to pop these in the trolley beside Dan's coffee. And then I'm going to show you the meats that I have as well. Okay, these are all, again, quick things that I make in the morning. Eggs take less than a couple minutes to make. Those yogurts you can just have on the way to work. And I'm going to show you a couple different types of sliced chicken, and then also chicken that's again, stuff that I can use for the air fryer. Not really put too much time into the actual process of cooking. Just keep it simple and keep it really repeatable is the goal here, okay? Now where do we get to the chicken? Chicken. So this is something that I have all the time. Super easy to meal prep. We have some chicken breast with some pepper. These have 98 calories in the entire pack. And just, again, already pre-cooked, already made. I actually just put these on my bagels in the morning. And then I essentially just put some eggs on top of the thin bagels, and that's it. Super handy. All right, so we got some chicken breast fillets. Gonna just grab turkey. All right, so chicken then, what we have over here, salmon. Yeah, so essentially when I'm cutting, I just like to stay with lean meats, proteins. Chicken breast is literally the easiest thing to use. To stick to your macronutrients or hitting your protein, okay? Very low fat, very high protein. And again, with these, I'll just put some seasoning on them, pop them into the air fryer, and they're done. All right, so next we're gonna go and get I'm looking at my shopping list while I'm doing this. We're gonna go and get some of the, I call them like volume kings, because they're the king of volume. What that is essentially like some salads, some green veg, some watermelon, stuff that will just be high in volume, very, very low in calories, okay? So we're gonna go over to, yeah, these look like some good Malones just here. Watermelon, guys, it has, I'm pretty sure, 300 calories in a kilo, okay? It's basically 92% water. It is one of the best things that you can use when you're cutting to bulk up. Essentially, when you're cutting, you just wanna think of like how long something takes to eat, because then you're gonna associate that then with like, okay, I'm able to eat a lot of it, like continuously, you know what I mean? And you want to make sure you replace, you know, adding in foods like this. I'll just chop this up when I get home. But adding in foods like this and then replacing it with, like, you know, calorie dense food that is very, very high in calories and there's very small amounts of it, and then you're eating a lot of that to stay full, that's really what's going to destroy your diet, you know what I mean? And again, make it longer, the process of getting in shape longer. I'm also going to get some other fruits as well though. So I'm going to get, apples are another great one. Fiber, a lot of volume, calories are very good on them as well. It's like 100 calories in an apple, and they're just crunchy, tasty, very, very high in fiber as well. We want to also get some salad, so we'll go down and have a look over here. Yeah, we're gonna grab this, green peppers, very, very tasty. Spinach, you can literally eat this, and you can have one of these with each meal because they're so low calorie, high in volume as well, okay? And then we're also just going to get a little bit of salad. Yeah, mix of baby lettuce and spinach. Guys, these foods are basically, these have a little bit more calories. Even to be honest, guys, when you're doing a cut, I wouldn't even count calories from like green vegetables or anything like that, just because they're super low calorie and they just make you feel like you can have more of your meal without actually increasing your calorie intake. Now, another one that's great for bulking up meals is our frozen veg. This is super simple. You can fire this into the pan with the chicken, steak, noodles, whatever it might be. And again, loads of volume. You can have so many grams of veg without actually going, or, you know. There's a big difference between if you're trying to cut on, you know, very, very calorie dense food, and then food that's like very, very low in calories and then high in volume, okay? You're gonna notice that you're gonna be fuller for longer over the course of the day, and you're just gonna look better as well, because there's so many micronutrients. Like, again, you just wanna keep it easy. Chopped onions, sweet corn is another good one, but I'm probably just gonna use like chopped ginger, garlic. These are all things that are so handy to have. So I'm gonna be using those, and I'll also get a little bit of char-grilled veg. I'll go with that. So it's just super, super simple. Again, fire those into a pan, fire them into an air fryer, some seasoning and some chicken, some steak, whatever it might be, done. Now let's go and look at some snacks. Okay, well, one thing I'll say before we even leave this aisle is these are actually quite good low-calorie snacks. Guys, you want to avoid like all this type of stuff here, okay? Like hula hoops or walkers, they're all really tasty. Snack Jacks are a great snack to have, okay? Very, very low calorie. In one bag of these, there is 77 calories, okay? Compared to a bag of hula hoops, there are 120. So you can literally have 2 bags of this for one of these, okay? More volume than rice cakes and stuff like that. But the popcorn is my favorite, and we're gonna go and hunt that down, see where it is, okay? One of the best snacks, in my opinion. Again, loads of volume, super low calorie, popcorn, 65 calories in one bag of this. Even if you ate the entire bag of this in one evening, which I would inevitably do myself, it's still not as bad, guys, as eating, like, let's take a look at the Twix popcorn, okay, for example.
So good.
It's so nice though, yeah, I have to say. 150 calories per serving. So you can have 2 of these, essentially, almost 3 of these for 1 serving of this. And 1 serving of this as well is gonna be quite small because there's chocolate on it. But again, this, have it once a month. This you can have every week, okay? We'll actually take this, yeah. Let's take a look over the flavored rice cakes. These are actually another good snack here. Beef jerky. This is actually Mr. Beast's, the Mr. Beast beef jerky, the collaboration he did with them. But beef jerky is another really, really good snack, guys. Again, super high in protein, low in calories, and it's just a nice thing that you can just eat over the course of the day, or biltong. These are all nice things to do. So you can grab a couple of these. You know, this is a perfect snack for work, and eat these over the course of the day. We'll throw those in there. Tasty. And we'll go down and see where the rice cakes are then. Okay, another really nice low calorie snack are rice cakes, but more importantly, we want to get the ones that are covered with something that will taste really good, okay? Because the rice cakes on their own aren't that nice, but these are the type of ones here I'm looking for. We're having, you know, the dark chocolate rice cakes or the milk chocolate rice cakes, super low calorie, very, very tasty. 60 calories per rice cake, okay? Again, you can have 2 of these in the evening with your tea, sitting down after a long day of work, which is what I would usually do. Or you can have them as a snack, an on-the-go snack as well, if you're just trying to kill a craving. One of the things, guys, when you're cutting, okay, or when you're on a fat loss journey, you are going to be hungry. You're going to want foods that are very, very high in calories, okay, like cookies and muffins and donuts and stuff like that. The reason why I'm telling you to have things like this is because it's just about killing a craving. Once you've actually had something sweet, you're not gonna want the donut or the cookie after that because it's gotten it out of your system, you know? But it's just about having the alternative there so that you don't go off track when you have that moment of weakness, okay? So these are gonna go in the trolley as well. All right, the last thing that I'm gonna pick up, guys, is just rice, all right? It is just the easiest thing to do, just to pick up ones that are already pre-made. So I just grab a couple of these that I would have over the course of the week, just flavored microwavable rices, coconut, pilau, and pure basmati. Again, I would split this into 2 meals, so this would be for 6 meals. I'd have half the bag of rice with like a chicken curry, then the other half then with maybe a stir fry, okay? And again, the macros on these are great. You can keep them in the cupboard for a couple of weeks at a time. They're not gonna go off, and it just saves you having to constantly boil rice each time. And guys, that is basically everything for a food shop for this week. We have some chicken, we have some carbs, we have some snacks, we have a couple of things that'll help us to stay full, our watermelon, veggies, popcorn, and all the stuff in between, okay? Guys, I will say thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more easy and practical to follow knowledge on how to actually drop body fat over the course of the week. If you want the exact blueprint on how I actually portion this food out to have in meals over the course of the day to drop 1 kilo of body fat, then click the link in the description to join my free Skool community, and I will show you my 8-week game plan that all of these clients that you can see on screen have used to drop weight consistently every single week in order to reach their dream body composition. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Cheers.